once you introduce, say hi, hello to everyone, be like, Grant is from DeepStation, and
Oh, we can start like that.
and then you can take back the mic and then you can ask me.
You can ask Grant first.
Once he says yes.
Yeah. Cool. So once we start, I don't know why it reduced.
No, thank you.
But yes, once we get started, just click.
No, I have spoken last time in Reva University.
All right, we'll get started.
Can you talk for 3 minutes about DeepStation and everything?
Yeah, 100%. Okay, cool. All right, we're good. Thank you
Will
so
you
much.
start?
Yeah. We're ready to go.
Awesome. Yeah. No, it's okay.
All the best.
Thank you.
I have also never seen any AI studio sessions.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I've seen from what's his name?
Just record it, just for a different angle. Just press record. Video,
He
yeah.
was here for Builders Day. That's when I saw.
So yeah, I'll just talk about a little bit about DeepStation, and just kind of chat from there. Testing.
Now
How do I
after
go?
using AI,
that?
now I will.
They'll introduce you first.
What was that?
They'll introduce you first. They'll come on stage. They'll introduce you.
Oh, okay,
Now
for
there is
sure.
a recent update. Did you see that? I
Yeah.
don't think so. They can deploy it on AI studio.
100%. Yeah.
Directly they cannot deploy it.
That is still a published, right? I can see it.
But how do they
Alright.
deploy it? Did
Yeah.
you check that?
There's only publish option with
Should we give
deploy.
this to her?
Ladies and gentlemen, we are starting the Google for Developers X DeepStation X MSRI Hackathon. I know the wait has been huge, but yeah, let's get started.
Good morning, everyone. Glad you all made it. Welcome to the MSRIT Google DeepStation Hackathon. Honestly, just looking around, the talent in this room is kind of intimidating.
So yeah, the vibe looks great already. And we've got 3 days together. So it's going to be intense, but trust me, all of you are going to have fun.
Exactly. We aren't just going to throw you into the deep end today. We want to make sure that you actually have the tools to build something
Do you want one
useful
of
and
these
cool.
or?
No, I'll take the hand mic.
So we'll be starting things off with the Google AI Studio session. And it's basically a chance to sharpen your skills before things get real tomorrow. So let's get started, shall we?
Yeah, so this hackathon is by DeepStation and Google. DeepStation is one of the largest AI communities in the world. And we have Grant Kurtz, the CEO, who wants to speak a few words.
Thank you so much, everyone. Wow, look at this audience. Let's give a round of applause for all of you for coming today. Amazing. And thank you so much. I mean, wow, here we are in Bangalore, India, and I gotta swear, the talent in this university, in this city, in this country is absolutely astonishing. And I'm just so proud to be here today, being able to look out to all of these wonderful faces and the next leaders of India and some of the next greatest engineers as well. So we're so honored and proud to be doing this with Google. Let's give a round of applause to our Googlers in the audience. Krishna and Sanjay for helping to make this happen. I remember we reached out, a few weeks ago, was it? And then we were saying, it would be awesome to help bring this to Bangalore and to collaborate. And it was just an incredible journey since then. So I just want to talk a little about what is DeepStation. So DeepStation is an AI community bringing together engineers, professionals, and enthusiasts so we can all stay ahead of the AI wave. AI is changing the landscape so fast. And it's, very important that we're able to educate people by mass so that we can all stay ahead, create startups, help create more productivity for our countries, help build more innovative technologies so that we can help our communities, help our people thrive. And that's what we're doing here with Google India Hackathon. And so DeepStation now has been around for over 3 years. We've had over 100 workshops, 100 sessions. We've had hackathons, AI summits. We've had leaders from Google, OpenAI, Microsoft. We helped launch the OpenAI Academy with OpenAI, the very first technical workshop with them. In fact, that's how we first started working with Ramea Institute of Technology. I remember almost last year, Harshit reached out to me and asked if we could do this together. And so we had some conversations, talked with Rakesh and Dr. Sadesh, and here we are today. So I remember just a few weeks ago, we started with our Google Miami hackathon, and it was really incredible. In fact, Sergey Brin, founder of Google, actually came to our hackathon and spoke for 30 minutes. And it was just really incredible to watch him speak. He really knows AI, and he's so on top of it. He's one of the best, if not the best speaker I've ever seen. And we're just so honored to be able to continue the hackathon journey, first from the US, now to India, Bangalore, with incredible partners. So let's give it up to everyone. And not just that, let's give it up also for our volunteers to help make this happen. DeepStation India volunteers, so many of them are making this happen. It's just so absolutely incredible. And right, so we would not be here today without all of you, so thank you. Thank you to Dr. Sadesh, Dr. Rakesh Kalshetty, all of the wonderful professors here, the principal, Dr. Naveen, everyone, many on the list. And of course, I cannot wait to introduce now Krishna from Visa and Google Cloud Developer Groups, is that right?
Google
Yes,
Developer Group.
and she'll likely correct me in terms of the title. And now she's going to be talking to you about prompt to production, mastering Google AI Studio. And I cannot wait to learn from you. Would you like to say a few words?
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Thank you so much for saying hello back. I know it's been a very difficult morning for all of us, the Wi-Fi issues, and most of us are like, seriously, so much of AI and there is still so much Wi-Fi issue. So I think one challenge for all of you would be to solve this Wi-Fi issue. Definitely going to help a lot of us to make the events run more smoothly. Do you all take the challenge, by the way? Thank you. All right. Let's get started then. Can you just remove it and plug it here?
Yeah, we're super excited to get started. So now we're just going to go ahead and just plug it on the computer and get the show on the road. Let's do that one more time. We'll be right back. I'm kidding. By the way, we just want to make sure you're all awake. Who was awake after that? Yeah, let's go. Cool. So yeah, we just had a big StreamYard. So thank you so much. So anyways, Krishna, I believe that you're going to be providing a wonderful session on mastering Google AI Studios.
Thank you so much, Brian, for that introduction. All right, without further ado, oops. So the screen is gone again. All right, we are back on. So let's start. I would like to start by asking one small question to all of you. How many of you have heard of Google AI Studio? A raise of hands. Awesome. And how many of you have used it? Nice. All right, so this session is going to be easy then, because most of you do know what it is. One more thing is, if you do want the session presentation, then please do scan this QR code so you can get the PPT in your phone or laptop. I would suggest not to open laptops right now, but you can access this presentation even after the session. So with that, before starting the session about Google AI Studio, let's start with what is vibe coding. Have you all been vibe coding? Yes. Does anyone want to share any amazing creative project that they vibe coded without typing a single line of code? Anyone? Do you want to just scream it? Definitely. So it's the best thing to do for all the hackathons. That is very true. So before starting and going ahead, I want to show you something that I vibe coded yesterday evening. So you can see that this is an application which basically helps you make an itinerary. This is a very small example, but I have also created an itinerary for Japan. It was something that I wanted to go to. So what does this app really do? This is an example where it's showing that these are the 3 places that you can visit and shows you a map. But the actual USP is this. You can write down saying that I want a 5-day itinerary, and in the next prompt, you just have to paste the links of the blogs, YouTube videos, Instagram links, and it will scrape all those places and make a full itinerary for you. So I have personally felt that this was an issue where I can see different blogs, different YouTube videos, but how do I get it to a single place? So I created this website which would help you do exactly that. So it's that easy to write code. By the way, I didn't write even a single line of code. All right. So this vibe coding was a term coined by Android in 2025. So it's almost been a year now. And this basically means that you're not coding, you're just vibing with the code. Now, did you all know this line that he told? The hottest programming language is English because all of us need to really learn how to prompt. Prompt engineering is very important if you're someone who is wanting to develop but also don't know a lot of development stuff, then prompt engineering becomes very important. All right, so why do you need to write code? Coming to the traditional way, all of us started learning by HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and then we moved on to more frameworks like React.js, Next.js. But now, you don't really have to learn things. You can just describe it in plain English and one prompt to production. That is all. So it's absolutely the best time to be building. If you have a simple idea, just code it up, make the prototype, put it on social media, and get your users to use it. You will get real feedback in real time, and you can build on top of it and make a startup. It's the best time to build it. Now coming to Google. Google provides a lot of things for you to write code. So right now, the session is about Google AI Studio. We'll be having another session on Google Anti-Gravity. So for our session, let's first talk about what is all the stack that is provided by Google. So firstly, to brainstorm, first is think. What kind of ideas do you actually have? How do you validate if it's a good idea? How do you design the idea? So all of those come in the first step, that is think. You will think about the idea using Gemini, brainstorm ideas, get different ideas, and then go to Stitch. So Stitch is something where you can create your UI, the designing, how the aesthetics look. So all of that is on Stitch. Next comes the step 2, that is build. So for building, there are 2 offerings. One is AI Studio that we'll talk about, and second is Anti-Gravity, which you'll learn later. So these both are vibe coding tools where you can create a full stack application without even going out of the IDE. Finally is publish. You can publish an app directly to the Cloud Run and using publish button which is there in the AI Studio, and for the Anti-Gravity you can directly publish it once you create a GitHub repo. All right, a little bit more about the Google AI stack. So first is the AI Studio. Now AI Studio is for someone who is completely new to coding, who has no knowledge of how to create a website. So someone who is into creating a business, creating a startup, but do not know how to create a website. Google AI Studio is one of the best options. Now for you and I who are coders and we have a computer science engineering degree, For us, better option is anti-gravity. So anti-gravity has more power. It is an agentic IDE where you can create projects directly just like how you create in VS Code. And finally, there is Gemini CLI. For people who love terminal, so I also usually work in terminal. So people like us, Gemini CLI is the best option where you can create projects directly in the terminal and it will start running. So these are some of the Google's vibe coding tools. Before I move forward, has anyone used anti-gravity or Gemini CLI? Raise of hands. Awesome. All right, finding your entry point into coding. Now we'll discuss about which one to use when. So firstly, there is Google AI Studio. So this is for people who are complete beginners and you want to create an idea and deploy it fast. So it's for fast prototyping. So it's for someone who is very beginner and do not know coding. It's a single prompt to production application. This is best for prototyping. Second is your anti-gravity. Now, anti-gravity is for someone who has an engineering task or a mission. Now, if you have an existing code base and you need to make a few changes, few bug fixes, then anti-gravity is your best bet. It will help you create better PR requests and fix issues. So anti-gravity can be used for that. And then finally, Gemini CLI is for someone who is more advanced. Not everyone can adapt to a CLI interface, right? So Gemini CLI is a terminal-based environment and it's for intermediate to advanced. It's an open source agent for terminal-first vibe coding. This is also very helpful for vibe coding because directly in the terminal, you will be able to run the commands. I find Gemini CLI the best for people who are coders, and then anti-gravity is good for fixing issues, raising PRs, and then Google AI Studio is good for fast prototyping. All right, these are some terms that all of us should know when we are vibe coding. So first, obviously, I already discussed what vibe coding is. So let's move on to what agentic AI is. So we all know that Gemini, which is in browser, is mostly a chart-based interface. It will give you answers to your questions. But when an AI does something for you, maybe opens a file, edits the file, then all of that is agent doing things for you. So then it becomes agentic. And then tokens and quota. Now, if we all are using free versions of AI, we need to keep in mind the tokens that we are consuming. So we need to be mindful about the amount of context. Before I go into context window, let me just explain you what context is. So if I just tell that I have come to Ramaiah University without telling why I have come to Ramaiah, then the AI won't understand why I am here and what help do I need. So context is very important for AI. The more context you give, the better it will answer. Now comes the model context protocol. Now we all know that in engineering we have APIs. So APIs is used to connect from your application to maybe some other service that is provided. For example, there can be a Maps API, there can be any sort of API that helps you in your application. Same way, to connect your AI to another AI, you will need model context protocol. Now, model context protocol is just helping your AI to connect with Google, GitHub, any of the applications that you might need. So it directly helps you to connect to your Google Calendar, schedule events, and your GitHub, raise PRs, merge PRs, all of these things. Next, let's go to artifacts. Now, artifacts are simply things that are outputs from AI. For example, your AI made a code file, a diagram, a sequence diagram. All of these are just artifacts. All right, let's move into some of the examples that we can think of. So ideas, where do you get ideas from? It can be from your daily life, maybe something that is hard for you to do. Let's say it's hard for you to uh, go to your college because booking Uber is difficult in your area. So that can be a problem that you can solve. Here are some simple apps that you can try out building today. So it can be a game, it can be productivity utilities, it can be personal portfolios. How many of you have a personal portfolio? Raise a hand. Okay, awesome. Maybe today all of us can make a personal portfolio then. We have a great project to build. And personal portfolio is something which will help you stand out. Very easy to make, very simple to create, but it will give you an edge. Next, there are smart calculators, interactive storyboards. You can be as creative as you want. The AI Studio has capabilities where you can create 3D websites, you can create simulations, animations, all of this just in the browser. All right, you created an app, but how do you add AI into it? So one of the best ways is to use Nano Banana, the image generation model by Google. So you can use Nano Banana, which will help you to edit photos, create photos, or any of that. And then second is analyze images. Suppose you want to create an app where you can upload your receipt and then get all the things that you have got and maintain a monthly tracker of expenses. In that case, you can use Nano Banana to analyze the image. Next, we have speech. You can do text-to-speech using Google AI Studio as well. You can just put in whatever text you want and then have a button which would say, make it talk. So that is also an AI component that you can add. And then there is simple things like Gemini Intelligence, where you just have to make a chatbot inside your application which answers questions, FAQs about your website. So for this, you will be using Gemini's Intelligence. Finally, transcribe audio. So whenever there is some YouTube video that you're playing and you want to do transcription, and in your application you need that functionality to transcribe the audio and then give a summary of that transcription, all of this can use AI behind it. And then you can also use Google search data. We all know how good Google search is. You can use that in your own application where you can use Google search AI to give you the best results. Finally, you can use maps as well. In my example that I showed, I was using Google Maps data to give exact, accurate locations of the places that I want to visit. Also, I forgot about the video generation. So Google has VO3, right? You can use it for your video generation, which is amazingly helpful when you want to create a cinematic kind of website. All right, let's talk a little about how to make a prompt better. So tell me how many of you have ever written a prompt that says, help me with this coding solution? Right, so honestly, that's a very bad prompt. Of course, it gives you an answer, but it doesn't give you the best answer. So instead of just saying, help me build an app to track my food and water intake, we should structure the prompt into these 5 things. So first is give it a role. Make your AI think as a human. Now, if you're a software engineer, you have a tag saying that you're a software engineer. In the same way, you need to tell Gemini, you are an app builder who prioritizes good user experience. So it starts thinking like a human. Second is you define a goal. Now the goal is to create a web app that helps you track the food, calories, and water intake. Now you need to define a very specific goal. Don't just tell, create an app that will help me be healthier. What are you trying to create, right? You need to write exactly what you want. And then there is provide context. In terms of context, you can provide what you're planning to do on a daily basis. So I plan to use this app daily to count my calories and track my water intake, and I want a weekly summary. So this way, it will keep in mind that it wants to keep a summary of all the logistics that are going on. So this way, you'll make it very clear for the app about different features that it needs to create. And then there is, does it need AI? You need AI to obviously tell you how many calories in a particular food picture there are. So it would be great to use AI to track my calories if I can provide the pictures of my food. So if you know, this is an example of an app which is there on App Store, and a lot of providers have it, but all of these apps are paid. So this is a good way to create your own app and not pay for any of it. Usually when I am searching for something, searching for an app, and it's a paid app, I just go about and make my own app. Like now you don't even need to pay for applications that needs to be having a subscription, right? So it's that easy to just clone an application only for yourself. Finally, create a vibe. How do you want it? Do you want it minimalist? Do you want glass morphism? So same way, you can just ask that particular vibe to be created. And then finally, you can attach a mock-up for inspiration. Do you have a drawing that you have drew so that your application can be in that particular style, in that UI? Or maybe if you have a Figma design, you can just put in the design and it will exactly give you that website. There are some more things that you can keep in mind when you want to create a good prompt. So here are 4 things. These are a bit advanced and you usually don't need to include it, but it's a good to have. When you're trying to debug something and it's not working, then these 4 ways will definitely help you out. So first is iterate with action history. Now don't just look at the answer that it's giving. Try to ask it back with more questions which are related to previous prompts. So this way, it will have the context of all the previous messages, and then on top of that, it will iterate and give you an answer. And then there is layered build approach. So you can build your app in different layers. Don't sit and try to build it all in one go. Now, if you're building a landing page, definitely go ahead, make your landing page in one go. But if you're creating a full stack application which has a backend, then don't try to finish it off in one go. Give it time, start with the core functionality, and then you can change the aesthetic, change the UI, and change the different colors. You can experiment all of that once you have created the core functionality. Finally, we have the architect interview. So how many of you have ever tried to give a prompt and be like, first ask me 5 questions before starting to build it? Has anyone done that? Awesome. So this is one of the best things to do. Even when I create content, I do this. I ask that I want to create content about tech. Ask me 5 questions that are needed. You know what it asks? First is, what is your audience? Second, what niche are you trying to actually target? Tech is a very huge space. So you can't just say tech. It needs to be properly specified. And then it asks a bunch of these kind of questions. So you will get more clarity. Finally, blueprint optimization. So you can, this is the best thing that all of us usually do. We just put a lazy prompt and ask Gemini, can you please refine the prompt? This is one of the best ways to make your app actually make it work like you want it. All right, to recap, these are 4 ways which can help you make your prompt better. First is iterate with the action history. Make sure you have the same messages that you have given in the context. Don't start a new chat. Second is the layered build approach, iterative approach, just like how we used to do in SSDLC, right? In our software engineering cycle, we use an iterative approach. Same way, use the layered build. Third is the architect interview. Make sure it asks you questions before starting the build. And then finally, blueprint optimization. Ask it to rewrite your prompt. This is one of the easiest and the best ones. All right, step 2 is build. So for the step 2, we'll be using Google AI Studio to do it. But before that, a little bit about Gemini models. So there are 3 that I'm going to talk about. The Gemini one will help you with the thinking part, just to brainstorm different ideas, to get you to the prompt of this is the thing that you want to build. Use Gemini 1 for it. Thinking. Now, if you need to think about the architecture, if your app is something which is very complex, needs a lot of backend, it is very full stack, then thinking, you can use Gemini 2. So the Gemini 2 models are very good at reasoning. You will need this to do trade-offs like which backend do I use? Do I use Python? Do I use Node.js? What kind of backend? Finally, third is the action. Here is where you start building. Gemini 3 does write amazing code and it will help you create an app very quickly. All right, now let's start about Google AI Studio. Does anyone want to give me a brief about what you guys know about Google AI Studio? Anyone? You all used it, right? No one? Anyone this side? All right. Let me just go about it. So it's a browser-based and completely accessible IDE. You can just create your application, vibe code your application in your browser, and it's completely accessible on your desktop and your mobile. Second is Community Gallery. So Community Gallery is where a lot of us, a lot of people who use Google AI Studios put their applications. So you can see different applications, get prompt to prototype. You can start with a simple prompt and you can create a whole full-fledged prototype within minutes. Finally, there's visual intelligence. You can just upload the mockups and it will create the whole thing for you. Before I go to the AI Studio's IDE, I want to talk about the 2 modes that AI Studio has. The first is the playground and the second is the build mode. Playground is something where you can create a simple prototype or you can just ask simple questions, how do I use the Gemini API into my pre-existing application. And part of the playground. Now, the build mode is where you actually create the app. You have tested your idea, validated it in the playground, go to the build mode and start building it. Give a good defined prompt from your playground and put it into your build mode. You can get a fully functional application through the build mode. And this is best for builders, PMs, designers. All of the tech industry usually uses the build mode. It is very low friction and AI manages everything. All right, now I will just go to the AI Studio and explain you about some of the functionality that there is. Is everyone still able to hear me? Yes. Awesome. So let's start with the basic functionality. When you land on the Google AI Studio, you will see the playground. So the first page where you land is the playground. So playground is where you can just how you chat with Gemini, same way you can chat over here. And on your right side, you will see different instructions. So first is the model that you can select. I've selected Gemini 3 Flash. When I click on it, I will be able to select any model that I want. So Gemini 3 Flash is a fast model, and that's why I usually use Gemini 3 Flash. But in case you want something which is very okay, sorry about that disruption. So Gemini 3 Pro is something where if you want to create a very complex application, then go for Gemini 3 Pro. And then there is Flash Lite, there is Nano Banana. Some of them are paid models, so let's not go there. So we can still create a very fully functional application with the free ones. So if you want to create a video, then there is VO3, VO2, and for audio there is Lyra and music as well. And then we have agents. So they have a new agent which is deep research. So if you have a topic where you want to do a research, then deep research is the model that you can use. All right, so I will be going ahead with Gemini 3 Flash preview, and let's talk about some other settings that there are. So first is the system instructions. You can add a new system instruction. So when you are sending a prompt to the model, the system instruction and the user instruction both are sent. So first is a system instruction. So here is where you add things like you are an app builder or you are a website builder and use XYZ design patterns. Make sure to write clean code. Make sure to not have any alerts in the code. So things like that is where you add the system instructions. You can add the optional tone and style instructions for the model. So that is about system instructions. Now let's go to temperature. So temperature is between 0 to 2. From 0 to 1 is where the model is going to be realistic. So it tries to give you the best output. It tries to give you the output which is most correct. But when you put the temperature to more than 1, suppose 1.6 or 2, then the model thinks about being more creative, being more right. So on the most left of the thing, it tries to be more right, and on the rightmost side, it tries to be more creative. So you can experiment with different temperatures of the model and see what works best for you. For now, I'll keep it at 1 only, so that it gives answers. Code, and there are a lot of issues in the code base, and you need your AI website, which we'll be doing today. Then you can just keep on low or medium. So these things help you to just give the minimum coded structured output. Now, then you create a portfolio website for me, and it just gives you a lot of tech stack usage. Suppose you and me don't want all of. In that case, you can ask it to give us output way. So in that case, you will be asking it to give in a JSON format, XML format. So there are different formats which you can use. Code execution, as as it sounds, code execution is for you to execute functions which are outside your code. So suppose you want to access maybe Google's calendar, Google's Gemini, calling to call those APIs. Then there is search. So we all do remember how they give data free and it didn't have latest. So Google search helps information searching the web. It is with review about the accuracy of different locations. And then there is URL context. Here is when you put in a URL and it what I used in my web map example URLs here and it will be able to scrape it. So let's see a little bit about the playground. So you can try out the new models in the playground. You can get your code. For example, you want to get a Python code which you can use in your separate application. So you can get it in here. And real time, something new that started. It is where you can directly talk and build. So the best where you can directly just speak or you, this is the website that I want to clone and it will create it for you. So these are some functionality of playground. You should try out playground first before going into the build mode. Alright, let's move into build mode. So here is where you can build your ideas from scratch. Now before going into the depth of it, let me show you the gallery. So the gallery is where a lot of the community members have created different websites. For example, if you can see, there is just any random website, any random idea this is created. This shows a lot of visualizations, how Gemini is able to create. All right, let's wait for it to load. Yeah, so there are a lot of different applications that you can get inspiration from. Maybe you like this application, but you want to add a new feature. Then you can just click on it and then open it in new tab. And over here on the left-hand pane, there will be remix to make your own app. So you can just tell that I want to create this XYZ new feature and just paste it over here. It will create the application. So you don't even have to start from scratch. There are example applications which you can build on top of. So these are some examples of the applications that there are on the Google AI Studio. Now coming to the build part, we can start with the workshop. Shall we do it here or do you want it somewhere? Yeah. I think it should be fine. I think it should be fine for them to do it here because most of them have Wi-Fi. Does anyone have Wi-Fi issues still? Raise of hands, please.
Yeah, so what we can do, first we can try connecting to the Wi-Fi. If that works, then we'll just do it here. But if we're having Wi-Fi issues, then we'll start moving like 1/3 and 1/3 to different workshops. And we'll stream the content to you from there so you get the exact hands-on experience. Sound good? Cool. Who here learned something new today so far by Google AI Studio? Amazing, amazing. A lot of people learned something new. Fantastic. Great job, by the way. Thank you for sharing your knowledge. So we'll go ahead and just get connected. Let us know, and we'll go from there. Thank you.
So are we ready to go? Good to go? Raise of hands if everyone is ready. Is everybody a raise of hands?
Cool, wow, look at all these hands being ready. Amazing.
All right, awesome. So since all of you are, I suppose most of you are in your, how many of you are in third year? Okay, second year. This is amazing. All right, let's start with the board. Yeah, if there's any issues, I'll keep asking and minutes. Wi-Fi. some stage issue. In the meantime, let's. Okay, it's sorted. All right, let's start then. I know a lot of you want to collaborate and do it together, but let's try to make a personal website for each and every one of you. What happened? All right. So first thing I want you all to think about is, have you created a project in past? Has anyone created projects? So if you have created projects, then your portfolio will look a little different. In your portfolio, you will have a project section, and there you can add in projects. But if you don't have projects, for now, we will just keep placeholders, and there you can add on your projects later on. So for now, we will create a portfolio website where you will have your basic details like who you are, what you like to do, and where you are from, which college, education, and then finally we'll have projects. So to create that sort of portfolio, we'll be giving a prompt that you want to create a portfolio website. Now, something that I want you all to do creative and different is think about a style, think about a vision, something that you really like. Maybe there is a website that you like. So, I personally like the anti-gravity website. So I personally like the design of Google Anti-Gravity. It's very nice and it has animations. So if you want your portfolio website like some other website, then you can just provide it in your prompt saying that I want to take inspiration from this particular website and add it in the prompt. So it will directly add it in the prompt and then your portfolio website will start looking like that. Does anyone have any creative ideas about their portfolios? Anyone? Anyone over there? We want an AI generated, very minimal website. We want a creative website which shows who you are as a person. So let's not just do a simple AI website. Let's create a portfolio website which represents you. Maybe you can add in your favorite colors, you can add in your favorite font styles, or maybe if you like playing video games, you can add a very video game sort of background, sort of vibe. So these are different examples. You can even brainstorm with Gemini. Let me just do that. So you can ask Gemini for different themes before creating the website. So make sure before you start your website, you sit down, do a bit of brainstorming, and then take the prompt into the AI Studio and start building. Give time to create a good prompt. All right, so we can see there is a terminal style of portfolio website, and then there is glass morphism, there is neo-brutalism, there is Zen minimalist. So these are some of the examples. So does anyone like any of these examples? Anyone? You can pick up any sort of style and use it for your portfolio website. Awesome. Neo-brutalism is a great one. Anyone else? Glass morphism. Yep. Awesome. So these are some great themes that you could use. I will be using maybe a terminal style, and I will ask prompt to be again refined for accommodating my terminal style. So now let's create a prompt which has your styles, which has your colors, and which also if you have created some projects, then you can include those projects as well in the prompt. Okay, so it has made design specifications, it has added what colors, what kind of layout, and then navigation. So all of this looks amazing. Give us a few moments. we need to stream the workshop labs as well. When did it stop working?
Just now. Okay, I think it's working.
Can you all see it?
Yep, I'm asking them.
Okay.
One second, I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting
Okay,
for the
okay,
report.
okay. Yeah, no worries. Have you all finished with your prompt? How many of you are done with the prompt? A raise of hands. Okay, great. Let's give it a minute until all of you finish your prompts. Some other examples could be you can just upload your resume and then be like, this is my experience and resume. Can you please create a website, portfolio website for this? So I'll be doing that and I'll add my resume as well. I think there is an issue.
Stop working. Oh my god.
It's all right.
Just taking a second.
We'll give it a minute. It's okay. I think I just reloaded it. It should be fine.
If it's will let it again.
Sure. We're back online. So if you guys do not have projects or experience, that's still all right. You can create a very pretty minimalist aesthetic website, portfolio website, and then when you create projects, maybe if you take part in a hackathon and you create something, you can add those projects into your portfolio. Sorry?
StreamYard disconnected again because of the Wi-Fi.
Okay.
Thank you so much for being so patient.
It's all right. Okay, Yeah, I think I uploaded a wrong document. So let's just ignore the resume part and we'll the prompt that we had created earlier and we'll put it into Google AI Studio. So see how there is a role, a assigned role that it is a front-end engineer which specializes in native developer-centric UIs. We're going to take the whole prompt like this and then copy it and paste it to your build mode. So is everyone on Google AI Studio webpage? A raise of hands. Do you need the link to this? Does anyone need a link to Google AI Studio? Yeah? You can Google AI. Is everyone going to AI? Will get 30. Sorry, a bit louder. Wi-Fi. You can move to the lab if you want for the Wi-Fi. That is the annotate. When we click on annotate mode, you will get a pen. So once you get the pen, you can just click on and circle the pen, and then add a comment saying that. So I'm just telling remove this command, and then click on submit. Is it clear? Does anyone have any questions about this feature? Yeah. You can ask it to fix. Brainstorm with Gemini, and then you can add in more styles. But if you like this sort of UI, then you can stop here. But if you want to iterate and change something, maybe you don't like how the layout is, if you don't like the font, if you don't like the colors, then you can How many of you have gotten your V1 version, first version? Okay, great. Is everyone else still having the Gemini, getting the website up? Is it still getting ready? Okay, so this is what my AI Studio has made. Now this is something I actually like. It's looking good. And the loading is also very nice. There is a lot of information and there is role, expertise, the tech stack, and then there are projects. And then there is GitHub links. Does anyone want to come and show your portfolio? Come on. Put it on. Sorry? Give a very short introduction and then you can show your
Introduction.
You don't want to give an introduction. It's good if you do. Everyone will get to know about you. Yes, we are on. Okay. Your name?
Athar Singh Bhudoria.
Sorry, Athar Singh. Okay, so we have Atharva Singh here to present his demo. So let's see his landing page. I think it's a very nice design. Can you scroll? And there is an about page and then there is featured projects. And there is skills and technology and experience. This is amazing. Did you create it just with one prompt?
Yes.
This is all with one prompt.
This details. I made two actually. This is the other one.
Oh, he has made two. One he has made in the terminal style, right? Yeah.
It
So,
has bootload sequence. Wait, it's loading.
so he's saying it has some boot load sequence. So let's see what that is.
Wi-Fi is not working.
It's okay, relax.
Same website it is, but it has terminal and bootload sequence.
Oh, awesome. This is his website, which had a nice booting, and then it has a really nice terminal sort of vibe. Can you scroll? Yeah. Oops. All right, that's all right. Thank you so much, Atharva, for coming forward. Everyone, round of applause. Anyone else who has a very creative project? We can take one more. Someone who has created very creative project. Okay, let's move ahead. Have you all finished creating your portfolio websites? Please give me a hand raise if you have finished. Everyone else, are we still waiting because of the Wi-Fi or what is the issue? Alright, we will move ahead with the deployment because of the time constraint. So for the deployment, here's what we will be doing. We'll be going ahead and scanning this QR code. Everyone please scan this QR code for the deployment. So if you haven't finished creating your portfolio website right now, please do finish it today and then you can deploy it so that it is visible to everyone and you can put it on your LinkedIn so that everyone can see what you do, where you study and everything about you. A raise of hands if you have scanned it. Okay. So before clicking on redeem, please wait. I will show you the instructions how to redeem the credits. Once again, please wait before redeeming the credits. I will show you the exact steps how to redeem them. Has everyone scanned the QR? Raise your hands if you haven't. Is anyone still scanning the QR? Please raise your hand so we can wait. Can you just take a photo and then if someone else asks?
Exactly what I'm asking. That's what I thought.
And your name so that I can among.
Yes, senior actually disconnected.
Oh, okay. Just take the photo. So if anyone is still waiting on taking the QR, please contact Among. He has the QR, so he'll help you with it. So please open the URL in your new browser. I would prefer it to open it in your laptops instead of your mobile phones. So if you can, try to open it in your laptops. So as you can see, this screen appears. Let me know if you get stuck anywhere so I can stop and explain it again. So firstly, you can see the screen where you have to sign in. So sign in using only your Gmail account. Do not use your college account or any other account. Use only gmail.com ID. Is that clear? Everyone has a Gmail account, right? Awesome. So we will sign in with using our Gmail account. Okay, so once you get into the page where it says click here to access your credits, you just have to click there. Is anyone still stuck or has any questions? Please raise your hand so we can help you out. It's not opening. Did you try in the laptop? If you all are not getting internet right now, in the presentation that there is, I have written in all the steps that you have to follow. So you can just open your presentation link and you can follow the steps that are present. You will be able to do it. If you are a first time Google Cloud user, then you'll have to also create a new project. So over here, you just have to click on accept and continue. All of you are to read. To access your credits. And once opened in the Google Cloud console. So once you get credit applied successfully, you can go on to deploy your application. Anyone has any questions about how to redeem the credits? Please raise your hand. Do you have a question? Is everyone able to redeem the credit? No. What is the issue? Blog? Oh, already redeemed. Okay. If anyone has any internet issue, we can do the redemption process later even. Let me just go through and help you understand how you can deploy it on the cloud. So once you're happy with your website and you want to publish it, you can just click on publish option over here on the top right. So once you click on publish, you will be able to publish it on the Google Cloud. You have to select a Google Cloud project. Now the credits that are redeemed can be in any of the current projects that you have. For me, it's in Build with AI. So I'm going to click on Build with AI and using that project which has the credits, I will be publishing into that. So you can just click on Publish App and you'll be able to publish your app on the Google Cloud Run. It's that simple, it's just a few steps and you will get the app live. Does anyone want me to repeat how to publish an application on Google Cloud? Yeah. So if you are happy with your website and don't want to make any changes, you can just click on the top right publish button, and you can click on the Google Cloud project, which has your credits assigned to. So if I go here, my Google Cloud has the credits. So over here on the top, you have to select the project which has the credits. For me, it's built with AI, so I will select that and come to my publish option and publish it. So my app has been published, and this is the URL. So here we go. My portfolio website is deployed on the Google Cloud Run. And if anyone has any questions about how to deploy, how to redeem credits, you can see it over here in the slides. I have written all the steps down here, and you will be able to get the credits. And the publishing is a fairly simple process. You just have to click on publish here. Anyone, any questions before we can close? Mobile apps. Mobile apps you can't publish through here. Only websites. As long as you have the credits.
How many credits will be used to publish one website? Is there any count?
No, it depends on how much traffic comes on your website. So if there's more traffic, you need more credits. But if it's a website like this one, then this should be good. Any other questions? Has everyone finished creating that portfolio? A raise of hands. Okay, awesome. I hope this session was helpful. Let me just give you the link to the slides so that if anyone has any questions about how to redeem the cloud credits or how to publish your app on AI Studio, please check the presentation slides. Clearly mention steps. And again, more questions, I will share my LinkedIn and Instagram. You can anytime. So with that, thank you so much for bearing the Wi-Fi issues. It was amazing to help you all with learning Google AI Studio. Hope all of you have more applications. So thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It was a really informative session. And so now we'll be having a half-an-hour break. After that, we'll have a Google anti-gravity workshop. So I'll let.
Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Let's give a round of applause for Krishna. Amazing, amazing. Yes, that was an incredible session. I learned a lot. The students learned a lot. And who's here is ready to start building pretty soon? You know, yeah, everyone like learned a lot today. Amazing. We're gonna have an incredible hackathon coming up. So yes, as Alex mentioned, we're gonna have a short break until 2 p.m. So feel free to maybe grab a coffee, a little bite to eat. But let's get a picture together as well. Let's definitely have that. Can someone take a picture? Maybe more in the center. We'll go ahead and just bring up a slide real quick.
Yeah.
In the meantime, make sure that you are watching closely with the socials and everything. One moment. Perfect.
Can we also get a video?
A selfie?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got it.
Ask them to cheer.
All right, everyone. We're going to be taking a quick video as well, selfie video. So on the count of 3, let's all cheer and say Google Hackathon. All right.
You will have to take it because you're tall.
All right, everyone. 3, 2, 1. Google Hackathon. Yeah. Woo! Let's go. Yeah. Amazing. Well, great job, everyone. That's so incredible. So again, we'll be back at 2 p.m. Just come on by. We'll have our second session. We'll have an incredible talk on Google anti-gravity. And not only that, stay tuned. Keep watch of all of the WhatsApp channels, all the channels, Instagram, WhatsApp, everything. We'll be sharing a Google form for the hackathon selection process. So stay tuned and see you soon. That was a great idea for the video.
I want to start